raising women's voices,
one story at a time.
Welcome to the She Said Project podcast. Wherever you may be right now, joining us, listening to the She Said Project podcast, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. I'm Jenette Jones-Yarbrough, National Director of the She Said Project, and just one of your hosts for the next hour or so. We're going to share some stories. We're going to talk to some amazing women. I'm glad you're here. Are you glad too, Kerry?
I am always glad to be here. I'm always glad to be able to spend time with you. And then, of course, we always get to spend time with amazing women because, as we know, there's no shortage of amazing women, and it is fun.
Today's particularly fun because of the joke that we always get to say when we talk about the show. Do you remember when we were getting ready to launch That's What She Said for the first time in the city of Peoria, Illinois? And I introduced you to this very classic theater joke.
I didn't know it was a classic joke. I don't know theater jokes. I just didn't know. And you kept prompting me to say.
I know. I can say it, Kerry, say it. Will it play in Peoria?
And I didn't know. I got it all wrong. Will it play in Peoria? Will it play in Peoria? Will it play in Peoria? And I didn't understand. But then I did some research and I know. And I also now can happily report it did play in Peoria.
I would have to agree. And, as a theater gal myself, it was so fun when we did get to roll it out in Peoria, and I got to use that joke and teach you the ways of the theater folk.
I didn't know. It was a clear divide. You could tell whenever I delivered it, you could tell who the theater crowd was and who the sporty crowd was. Like they were like, okay. But the theater people got it and loved it. It was like, what is that basketball player doing? Making theater jokes.
And I love that you and I have learned from each other through the years. We've taken opportunities to educate.
I can do jazz hands.
You can do jazz hands.
I do jazz hands
so
and I can
proud.
snap. I'm learning.
And I know a little bit more about sports balls. And I have a kid who plays volleyball. And how many times do I send you pictures from the sidelines going, oh my God, I'm a sports mom now.
Yes. Like, let's just say that. No more talking like I know more about sports balls now. You just say sports. Just sports. I know more about sports now.
I'm a sports mom.
Yeah. There you go. I
love
cool
it.
mom.
No, I love watching my daughter find herself and, grow. Like you always talk about that team energy, and I'm watching it. I'm watching it unfold. I'm watching it in real time. So it's been really, really cool. But I'm going to tell you something. The theater world is just as close. When you commit to being in a performance with a cast, you are a family for 3 months, 6 months, a year, whether you're on a tour, whether you're in a community theater, whether you're on Broadway, it doesn't matter because you spend so much quality, intimate time with these people and you have to be there for each other. If someone drops a line on stage, what do? Someone steps in and they have to carry it for them. So I think there's a lot of alignment here.
I did not know this. This is what I've learned from you because I have to admit, I think I was a little snotty about sports. I always thought if somebody played sports, I'm going to hire them because they know how to be a good coworker because they were a good teammate. I always had that sort of stereotype. And then now I have realized that it's not, we're not so special athletes. Like it's whether if you are in a cast together, it's that camaraderie, and it can be in any area, whether it's sports, or on stage, or you sing together, or doggone it, if you're in a book club together.
Yes.
You've been through the trenches.
So it's not exclusive
Fine.
to the world of sports, but it's about building a team, building a family, building a sisterhood of people you can rely on who are going to show up and who've got your back. And that is what you and your friends created, and that's what She Said. And that is what I have the honor of carrying forward into more communities, working with more women. I've had the extreme pleasure of working with different groups of women in different communities and getting that experience because it's a short period of time with each group. It's kind of like being with a team or being with a cast. It's the same. I'm pretty sure we're talking about the same thing.
Yep. I
Pretty
have
sure.
to admit it. I fully.
Did you hear that? She admitted it.
I know it's on camera. I reluctantly admit it. It's
We've
true.
got it
Fine.
recorded. It is
Fine.
official. Thank you. It only took me 10 years to earn your respect. It's fine. It's fine. No, I'm kidding. I'm
I
kidding.
might not admit it outside of these walls, but it
No,
is true and it's beautiful. And I love watching other cities because here in our hometown, we typically know the cast
Right.
and know them a little bit. But going to other cities, wow, is it touching to see like these are women that I don't know and often they don't know each other and seeing that it really does play in Peoria. Like sisterhood is everywhere.
Look at you.
Yep,
I love it so
making theater
much.
jokes. Mhm.
And when we launched in Peoria, our producer there, Nikki Romaine, like she and I are cut from the same cloth. She's a theater gal. She did her time in Los Angeles like I did. And she found herself in the Midwest in Peoria because of the love of her life. And she runs a nonprofit, Art Inc., which is all about teaching young people arts and culture. And it was 2020 when she and I met for the first time and talked about the possibility of bringing That's What She Said to Peoria. We had to take a little pause because of this little pandemic thing. But in 2022, it happened. We launched That's What She Said at her Art Inc. They have a beautiful, beautiful auditorium in their facility. And she was one of the storytellers in year one. And I got to direct the show. And they've had 4 shows now. So it still plays in Peoria and it will keep going. I have no doubt.
It's amazing.
So our guest today is from the most recent show, the most recent cast in Peoria. And she, I thought she was going to maybe phone it in, but no. She made the drive all the way to Champaign-Urbana. She's here in the studio with us. Please welcome my new friend, Adrienne Jones-Yarbrough.
Hey.
Did I get that right?
Yes, you did.
Excellent. It's so lovely to see you.
It's so great to be here, Jenette, and see you again.
Thanks for joining us.
Absolutely.
Okay, so you just heard us. I'm going to say it right. Yuck it up for
Yes.
Say it
Yes,
right.
it's yuck. So Jenette has a history of saying yak it. I like to
always
say
say it
we're
wrong.
going to yuck it up.
Okay.
And then she will say yak it up, which sounds like she's vomiting.
I
and
can't.
It's yuck it up.
Oh,
Do you know how
So-
hard it is to keep up with this lady right
Yeah,
here?
there's
I'll
no
give you-
vomiting
I'm going to
today.
give y'all another one, though.
Okay, bring it.
Because, see, and now that the kids say, you got to clock it. So we're going to clock this
Okay.
tea today.
We're going
Look
to
at
clock
that.
this
We're going to
tea.
clock the tea.
We're going to clock the tea.
I'm going to go home to my teenagers at home. I'm going to be the cool mom. I'm going
Yeah.
to be cringe. I know. I get it.
Yeah, I have a feeling I'm going to make this cringy, but for right now, let's just pretend we're down with it.
Let's clock the tea, girl.
We're going to clock the
Let's
tea.
do it.
All right.
Adrienne, thank you. Thank you for making us hip and cool because there is no one as hip and cool as this woman sitting right here.
Hello.
I'm telling you.
Oh, you guys.
How have you been?
So good, so good. Ever since we first met, things have just been great. I finally got a chance to just kind of look back on, that past time being with the ladies and meeting with them again and being able to just go over, the time that we had together. It was a great bonding moment. Just being able to, share that time with them again and,
So
get
I
that
need to
bond
back
together.
up before the bonding took place. How did you wind up on that stage? How did that play out?
Someone put my name in a hat, I guess. I don't know how it works out. But I was asked to be a part of the group. I was at one of Nikki's events.
Oh, yeah. That makes sense.
At one of her events, and she came up to me and, I was coming up to her. And I said, hey, for your next That's What She Said, I've got the perfect person. She was like, oh, that's great. However, I'm going to be sending you the information for it because you're going to be on stage next time. And I was like, what, me? So that was very surprising and shocking. Oh my
We're having a
gosh.
moment over here.
That was that was a moment for
I
me.
love it.
Because I was totally not expecting that. And not to say that I don't deserve to be up there, but I truly was not thinking that I would be one that would be selected.
But you know what you did? You walked up to her, which takes courage, by the way, and you were so ready to uplift and shine the light on another woman.
Well, because I had been to them. And those events are phenomenal. I love it. All the ladies who have been up on that stage, I know, and not all of them, but to the ones that I knew, I came to support them. And I just know I see many ladies all day, every day.
So you had seen the
I know some of
show,
the stories.
you knew.
Yeah, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, you would be amazing up there. We'll put your name in.
See, this is what happens, is not to discourage anyone else from following this path, but I cannot tell you how many times that exact scenario has played out, where someone comes up, because what that says immediately is you are somebody who supports other women.
Absolutely.
This is somebody who is out there cheerleading for other women. So even though that other person is probably fantastic and will find their way to the stage at some point, it's so beautiful when somebody comes and says, do you know about, have you heard, have you met? Like, that instantly just tells me everything I need to know about you.
So share with our audience today. Tell us about Adrienne. Who are you? What do you do? What's your world like in Peoria?
My name is Adrienne Jones. I'm affectionately known by everyone as AJ. I am a mother of 4. I am a grandmother of 2.
I'm sorry, what?
I know. I could have killed
Not
my
possible.
son. But yeah.
Wow.
This is how grandmothers look today. We're still working, we're still raising kids, and I guess that's how it goes. But I've been married for 16, just celebrated 16 years this year.
Yay.
I am a beauty salon owner and been an entrepreneur for 20 years now, and a community leader in Peoria. I've lived in Peoria for as long as I've been married, so 16 years. It's quite a long time. So sorry that I lost my East Coast accent. Every time I go home, they remind me. Yeah, I know. I hate it. But no, it's been a pleasure living out in the Midwest.
Well, join the party. Here we are.
Yeah.
We've had some fun experiences. So we're going to take a quick break. And when we get back, we're gonna go down memory lane and take a look at the story you shared on stage.
Okay.
We'll be right back.
All right.
Well, you joined us today because you wanted to hear an amazing woman share a really amazing story. So enjoy this performance by Adrienne Jones-Yarbrough from That's What She Said Peoria 2025. Here she is with Who's That Girl?
It was a Sunday morning, and like always, we were getting ready for church. As my father was leaving out early for Sunday school, he shouted, "I'll see y'all at the church." Left behind was my mother, my brother, my sister, and I. "Okay, right behind you," my mother responded. And as soon as Daddy pulled off down the street, my mother instructed everyone to quickly begin gathering your things. From what I could tell, they were gathering way more than what we would usually take for church. My mother had my older siblings grab what they could, only what was important, and my mom grabbed whatever she thought I needed. We locked up the house, jumped in the car, and got the heck out of Dodge, and never looked back. I mean, just like that, we went from being a normal family, or so I thought, living in our single family home in Asheville, North Carolina, to living in my grandmother's house in Philadelphia, PA. I was the youngest of 3 children at the tender age of 9, now having to adapt in this new big city full of wonder and the unknown. Now, speaking of the unknown, does anybody care to explain to little old me what's going on? Because I'm confused. I mean, church, now we're in Philly at grandmom's house, and where are all my favorite toys? I mean, in the midst of all that, who knew that that would be the last time I would ever see my father, the provider, the witty jokester, the disciplinarian, who, if you got out of line, would greatly grab his trusty dusty discolored leather belt he called the helper. Woo! I for sure would not miss that thing. But I'd never again see him as the head of our home or as a tangible member of our family circle. He was now a distant co-parent that we would visit with and meet at family functions as much as we could. Because I was the youngest, I was often shielded when it came to the issues of my father. However, as years passed and many family discussions later, I was able to piece together and fully comprehend what had truly happened during that time. It was then that I would appreciate just how incredible my mother really was. What courage and strength it took to leave a situation in which you feared for your life and the lives of your children. That would also be my first understanding of the impact that mental illness would not only have on my father, but on my family. It would prove to be a disorderly conduct that would rear its ugly head in my family for years and generations to come. But as for Mama, she was a tough cookie. My mom decided she had had enough of my father's uncontrollable manic behaviors. She had to now take control of her destiny, put her faith in God, and embark on a new life's journey with her 3 kids in tow. My mother always instilled in me those qualities and values in life that would shape and mold me as a woman. Always carry yourself like a lady, eh? Be an independent woman, strong, a go-getter, hardworking, humble. And those were all great. But I was always intrigued by a side of her she possessed that she could show better than she could tell. It was her fierceness, her boldness, her creative mind, uniqueness, and sass. It was her silent flex, like an alter ego. And it made her powerful and fearless. And when those attributes took over, she was a force to be reckoned with. In all of her 4', 11-inch petite frame of glory, she was that girl. Growing up, I was also raised by my older siblings. My sister, now she was my ride or die, my listening ear, my hangout buddy, and we were always getting in some mess. And to this day, we are each other's keeper. Now, my brother, he was who I looked up to. He went away to school, well, so would I. He moved away and left Philly, and so would I. He showed me that there was so much more to this world, and he insisted that I explored it. And I promised him I would. Well, that time came for me to prepare for college. I was accepted into Lincoln University of Oxford, PA. There, I majored in business administration, held an RA position for 2 of my 4 years, and was the go-to person on campus for a fly set of braids. Back then, that was $15 a head, y'all. For a while there, getting the bag overrode getting the grade. But I eventually was able to find a healthy balance between the two. I mean, hair was my thing. Since I was a little girl, I had probably chopped my bangs 6 weeks from Sunday. And that's about how many spankings I got for it, too. At the age of 12, I began building a clientele full of family, friends, and church members. But it was actually during my college years, though, that I truly owned my passion for styling hair, understanding that this wasn't just a hobby or a side hustle, but a gift from God and the ability to make a difference in the lives of others. It was also during that time that I gave birth to my firstborn son, my why, my heartbeat, my purpose. I'll never forget those times he stayed on campus with me while my girlfriends and I would alternate watching him between classes. He solidified all my hopes and dreams and the determination to achieve them. With the love and support of my tribe, I was able to continue my college education on campus and graduate with my degree in business administration. Afterwards, I would go on to get licensed in the field of cosmetology and begin my illustrious career as an artist, a therapist, scientist, miracle worker, magician, transformer, style creating, mind reading, finger waving, hair cutting, reality checking, confidence builder, life coach, problem solver, and all while embodying professionalism, patience, compassion, and lots of prayer. Lots and lots of prayer. 5 years later, I would have a chance meeting in Philly with my soulmate, the love of my life, my biggest cheerleader, and the one who brings out the best in me. In real time, he could see through to the woman I was and am becoming. We'd eventually get married and move to his city, Peoria, Illinois. Ironically, my son was also 9 at the time of his big move, just like I was. I had also gained a bonus son, and my husband and I gave birth to 2 more beautiful sons. Yep, I'm a boy mom to the core. They drive me crazy and spoil me rotten. I'm always reminded of the love I have for my clients, my beauty village, and even my new daughter-in-law, who for now are the closest to girls I will ever get. But I see no mistake that I am closely surrounded by men in my life. I am loved by my sons who don't play about their mama. I am cherished by a husband that don't play about his wife. And I am overjoyed about my now 2 grandsons that, give them time, won't play about their Mimi. But most importantly, I am loved, protected, strengthened, and directed by a God that don't play about his child. My life has been a journey with many gains and losses. At the age of 17, I unexpectedly lost my father to his battle with mental illness. At the age of 39, I lost my mother to her battle with breast cancer. And almost 2 years ago, I unexpectedly lost my brother to his battle with depression. The impact that losing those loved ones has had on my life are still very painful to confront, along with the stigma that surrounds the illnesses they acquired. But by the grace of God, I am still gaining wisdom from my grandmother. She'll be 101 next week. It's almost been 6 years since Mom passed, leaving a huge void in my heart. The year my mother transitioned, I would often reflect on her legacy, all that she was and what she meant to me. Her strength, bravery, and boldness was a reflection of the woman she was and the woman she had to become for her children. It created in me a desire to take a deeper look at the woman within myself and who she would now be destined to become without her mother to depend on. Later that same year, I decided to do a photo shoot for my birthday, an alter ego photo shoot. It was a 5-hour ordeal, but so worth it and something I thought was really cool and fun to do. My alter ego is mysterious, y'all, captivating and unique. She's like this rock star version of me with a purple mohawk, feathers, and leather pants. It's given a Rihanna meets Grace Jones kind of vibe. Bringing this vision of my alter ego to life was such a moment for me. But the problem was I couldn't quite put a name to her. Occasionally, I pull the pictures out just as a reminder of all they represent, but still, no name. This was really bothering me because putting a name to something gives it an identity. So girl, who are you? I later decided to hang the photos up in my salon. Again, just as a reminder of how fierce and powerful I am. But yet and still, no name. So when given this platform, the time had come to confront my alter ego, understand what she truly represents, and capture the essence of this powerful presence within me. What I do know about her is she is the fire that ignites my soul when I feel lost. She is the voice that speaks when I am silent. And she is the courage that carries me through when I feel like I'm not enough. Much like all the things I depended on my mother for. My mother? My angel watching over me? But still my heart. Oh, could it be? She's all that you instilled in me. All that I inspire to be day by day, what motivates me. Notice how the end of every line says, be me. Well, for as long as I live unapologetically. But the question was asked, who is she? Why she is who's always been inside of me. with all her badass boldness and fabulosity. Now I get it, Mama. Now I see. And now I can take control of my alter ego, Miss Destiny.
Miss Destiny.
Miss Destiny.
Right here in the flesh, in the studio, owning everything that you are.
Yes.
There is so much to unpack in your story and reliving it and remembering it. You shared so many layers of what made you who you are today. But I can't help but notice that you're feeling a little emotional.
Yes.
What is it like to relive the story and watch it again?
Oh my gosh, it's a heartwarming story. I'm glad that I was able to tell it, those pieces of it at least. But just not having my loved ones here really takes me back. And in the world that we live in today, it's kind of hard to sit in it. When you lose someone so close to you, because we're on to the next thing. Got to do this, got to do that, or you just want to bottle it up and not really own it, So those moments when you have to kind of just sit in it and own it, it can get to you. So that's what that was.
I think those are some of the most beautiful moments.
They are.
Some of the most real.
They need to be had more. Really.
I fully agree. I think that's kind of some of the work we get to do with That's What She Said is holding space for some of those real moments. But how you held it together on the stage that night.
No clue.
Look at that. I know. You were on fire because it wasn't your whole story. There was so much to tell.
Yeah.
But what a beautiful tribute to your mom. If you look at the whole story, I know it's more than just that, but you really talked about the influence she had on you.
Yeah, that was for her. She definitely spoke through me. You definitely helped bring a lot of it out of me, and I thank you so much for that. But I was honored to be able to do that for my mom because I haven't had a chance to speak about her since she passed. So that was actually my first time being able to do that. So it really, really meant a lot.
What a beautiful, beautiful gift.
It really was. It was such a beautiful tribute, and I thought I'm the mom to four too, and I thought how lucky. Like, is it the way you made that tribute to her is what every mom would hope that their kids would feel about them.
And then the gift that she gave me in that story, in real time as it's coming together. Like I told you, like I literally jumped up out the bed, like, oh my God, wait a minute.
I would get these texts or emails from Adrienne like 4 o'clock in the morning, like, I thought of something. Okay, we have to add this to the story. She was in real time, like this story unfolded in a very special way.
It did.
Because you definitely knew some of the things you wanted to talk about and, being, okay, when you described your career as a hairstylist and yet so much more, I was laughing out loud. I mean, the list goes on and on of all the things you get to be.
Yeah.
For these women in your life.
It's on a daily basis.
And you still do it today, right? Yes.
Still
Okay,
today,
yes.
and still love it.
So if our friends in Peoria want to find you, where do they go?
Well, I am the owner and operator of A Sharp Effects Salon, located at Shops of Grand Prairie. I've been there for that location for 3 years. Prior to, I was at Campus Town near Bradley University, so a lot of people may know me. There's still some people that still go there because I was at that location for so long. So y'all come on down to Shops of Grand Prairie. That's where I am.
So, there's the stereotype that like the talk, in a salon, that's, it's kind of like the show that like women in salons, that's where you really connect.
It really is, and I have a different experience right now because in 2022, I decided to pivot my business and move from a traditional salon into a suite, which I thought I would never do. And I said, well, if I'm going to make this move, it's definitely going to have to be a double suite. I have to have enough room to be able to have multiple ladies. So when those ladies, sometimes I can have anywhere between 1 to 5 ladies in there comfortably. So, sometimes it is that many and sometimes it's just the one. And when it's just the one, I promise you the connection, the energy that's in that room, the stories that are being told, those moments are, they're a godsend.
They're precious.
They are. They're divine moments. And I think that I just look at it, it happens on purpose like that all the time. The connections that are made with the ladies, it's girl time. It's girl time in there.
Yes.
It's important.
And it's
what
very
was the
important.
feedback you got after the show?
Oh my goodness, everyone loved it. They truly loved hearing the story. They admired it. They loved the way I spoke. They loved that they got to see that other side of me, and just knowing my story. I am somewhat of a private person, so that was a lot for me to be able to get up and share those details as much as I could about my childhood and growing up. So, but they loved it, and especially the ending.
Yes. Well, you hold space for other women all day, every day.
I do.
So this was a chance for, for us to hold space for you to do some of that same exploration. And so let's talk about that photo shoot.
Oh yeah.
So did you catch that? So she gifted herself an alter ego photo shoot. Now, let's back that up for a second. When did you identify that you had an alter ego that you wanted to explore?
Oh, I knew about her for a while.
Okay.
She would come out here and there, with different little things and events and things that are going on. But when that, it was kind of a thing for a while. I can't remember where I saw it at, but I was like, I want to do something like that. I want to do that for my birthday, for my 40th birthday. We're going to do this alter ego photo shoot. And I connected with the photographer that I wanted to use, and he actually had not done that before. He practiced on himself one time, but what you saw, what I showed you, that was his very first time doing something like that. And he snapped, didn't he?
Oh my gosh.
Oh, yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh. She went all out. Like she found this inner identity and like hair, makeup, wardrobe, like owned it.
Yeah.
And went for I think this should be a thing. Like
I think you just made it a thing.
it's a gift.
It really should, because I think that a lot of women would definitely enjoy that experience and getting to know the woman within.
Because we start to identify, especially as, our life progresses, wife, mother, fill in the blank, teacher, like whatever it is. And then like really being purposeful about finding that person that you are just on your own.
I'm laughing because I'm thinking about who my inner, alter ego is right now. And what flashed into my mind is honestly like an old lady with gray hair, like sitting in the corner knitting. I'm not even.
But you know what? That would be so cool. And one of the fun things that I did after doing the show was asking women as they would come into the salon, like, what would your alter ego be?
What a
do you
good
think you
question.
would? So, and I got some really crazy answers. So,
Have you you should
Yeah.
partner with a photographer and offer and someone who
could
can
do
do
your
wardrobe and
Right. That
offer
would-
that as a service.
you're right. That would be so dope.
Okay,
We'll be your first customers.
I was going to say, and
I want a purple
trademark and copyright.
She's getting a
and
purple mohawk, and you're getting a silver bun, right?
so yes,
Because you're a
Hey,
granny.
a
You
little
got the-
tendrils.
Yep.
and little glasses on my. I don't know why today that feels like my alter ego. It could be different tomorrow. I don't know.
I love it.
Oh, I know. That would be so fun. So fun.
I think we
said
should make it a
That
thing.
would be a thing.
Okay, so we're gonna take a break and go build our business plan because this is definitely gonna take off. All right, we'll be right back. Okay. Well, now that we have the business plan fully fleshed out, and we're creating something, a movement here, where women get to own their power, but be all they want to be, even if it's for a day. But you have this permanent reminder.
Yep.
Whenever you want to look at like, who is she? Who's that girl? Now, let's talk about the journey and the story, because you said even after you did the photo shoot, you didn't have a name for her. And that was part of your kind of unfolding.
And I think that'll probably be a thing for every female who does the alter ego photo shoot. It'll be finding your name.
Finding your name.
Once you find that inner character and pull her out, now we got to name
Okay,
her. And
so you do the styling. We get a photographer. We get the wardrobe. I will do the storytelling.
yes.
You guys, stay tuned. Like
Love
this
it.
is a thing. I am so excited. But let's talk about where the name came from. Miss Destiny. Yeah.
Yes, Miss Destiny. So Miss Destiny unfolded as I was telling Mom's story about her bravery from, packing up her children and leaving the South to move to Pennsylvania, and which was a big deal. I didn't really understand it at that time, but as time went on, just thinking about how strong she had to be to just make that bold move, because some women don't. They stay in it and they think they can't get out.
You did such a great job of showing that piece of your life from the perspective of the 9-year-old girl who really didn't know. But think about that for a second. You hollered to your husband, okay, we'll meet you at church. We're right behind you.
Yeah.
I mean, how much she had to put into preparing for that moment, knowing that was the time she was going to take the kids and head north.
And you don't know, you're already scared about what the person is going to do, because, you're leaving for a reason. So you don't know if they're going to follow you, if they're going to, I can only imagine what was going through my mom's head and what she was really dealing with during that time. It wasn't really something that we had an in-depth conversation about, as I said, as time went on, and just getting bits and pieces of conversations. I kind of knew, was able to piece together everything that happened, and maybe talking to my siblings a bit. But, I can only imagine what she went through during that time. But I'm so glad that she did. And my father actually understood. And
Yeah, I remember
he
that.
was okay.
She had to do what was best for her and the kids, and she did it for you so that you could have the best life.
Yeah.
And he didn't fight
Yeah.
the fight.
He didn't fight it. So
For you to see as a grown woman now, you probably see it through a different perspective. When you're 9 and trying to make sense of it, but now you can see a lot of the different moving parts, I bet.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. But because it still kind of tugs at my heart a lot, because I wish that I could still go back with some of my family members and have those hard conversations.
Right.
I wish I could have a conversation with my brother and just go back now. In this at this mature age that I am, I wish I could go back and have that conversation with him now and just say, "How do you remember how you felt? How did you feel during that time? You were in high school, like you got uprooted from your high school with all your friends, and things were going on, and you had to meet a whole new set. Like how did you feel? Were you okay? Wish you could ask those questions again, but that time is no longer." But, I still have my sister, so I can get information from her on what she remembers. And as I'm going through this story and learning, I got to get a side of the story from my grandmother, because remember, we had to go stay with her.
Yeah.
So she got a side of the story, and my mom had to call her, and we had to have somewhere to go. So that was quite interesting getting that part, because I had never asked my grandmother. I had never asked her about that.
Wow.
Yeah. So this story,
It's all the generations.
lot.
It's all the layers.
yeah,
Yeah, but everyone has their own version of what
everybody
happened.
has their own version. Yeah.
But everything turned out for you. If you wouldn't have met the love of your life if you hadn't been in Philadelphia.
Right, if I hadn't been in Philly, right? So yeah, no, it definitely all came together. I'm so happy with the way God has blessed my life and continues to bless my family. Even my sister and my grandmother. She's 101 now, so
For real.
yeah, she's 101.
Oh my goodness.
Living on her own, like she's still self-sufficient, still cooks. The girl is bad.
God bless her.
Yeah, she is. So I can only hope to live that long. But no, just being able to speak out loud what my mother went through and her taking control of her destiny,
Yes.
it comes full circle with me and just kind of where I am now. Doing so many things. I just have like this huge, long bucket list, business bucket list, I like to call it, of things that I want to do. And, sometimes I'm, a little transparency. Sometimes I'm in that space where I'm like, okay, I've done this, I've done that. I would like to do this part. Now, well, what do I do next, So I think incorporating that too kind of helped me to name her Miss Destiny, because, you know, that's who she is, and that's still what I'm in search of, my destiny. So
I can't wait to hear about what's next. I'm like on the edge of my seat.
well, I'll tell you one thing I got to cross off my bucket list.
Okay.
I just got back from Paris Fashion Week.
You went where?
Yep, to Paris for Fashion Week.
I was in Paris this past weekend. Paris,
you?
Illinois. I drove right through Paris, Illinois to Terre Haute. Girl, okay, I'm all ears. Tell us about
Samesies.
Paris.
Oh, yes.
Paris
so I was
Fashion
able,
Week.
yes, I was a master stylist behind the scenes, working on the models. For
Wait, you worked
Absolutely.
Fashion Week?
Yes, I did. And it was amazing.
Carrie, I'll pick your jaw up off the
I
floor if you
know.
pick
I'm
mine.
sorry.
Like,
I'm like, okay, next time, like, if you need an assistant, just take, and I'll just like stand and hold your stuff for you.
Entourage of assistants.
I bet it was amazing.
It was so amazing just to be able to have that experience, and you know, just the same reason why you were able to get That's What She Said together. Just building that connection, building those friendships, and being around great energy, like-minded people. You know, the same energy. I'm learning all the different things that, you know, other things that I can do within the industry. It was a time. A time was definitely had. Paris owes
A
me
time
nothing.
was had. For real.
So great. Well, and I think it's so great to always be like pushing yourself and
Yeah.
always thinking what's next
Yes.
and not being complacent where you are.
Yes, yes.
From Peoria to Paris.
That's
And
your
then
next
I think
piece.
I'm like, wait, from Philadelphia to Peoria to Paris.
What an adventure.
Well, there's the name of the
telling you.
book right there. Got it.
It's so funny. One of my clients, she told me, she said, I can tell you right now what the AJ stands for, because she loves hearing my stories where she comes in. She said, Adventure Jones. That's what the AJ stands for. I'm like,
Oh, I
love
see it.
I love that. That's another alter ego. Now we have to costume that character.
Adventure Jones. Her
Yeah.
other.
Adventure
Yes.
Jones. You like it?
There's a cast of characters here.
I think
There's,
there's
you
more
know,
than one.
there. I don't know if it's a graphic novel or a comic book or a movie. I'm not sure yet. An animated series. There's a whole thing. There's a
If
whole
my
thing.
kids were sitting here, they would definitely go for the comic
Oh,
book.
love that. Like the superhero that you are and have been. Like, just for real. It's there. It's a thing. We need more comic books for girls. And I know you have boys. So I just totally
go.
jumped and did a 180. But I just had this total flash of like these superhero characters, but just empowering girls. Like,
Yeah.
that is amazing. Okay. We have another business to plan. So we're going to take a quick break and we'll have the big reveal in just a moment. Okay, the ideas are flowing. I'm having way too much fun. Just reminiscing with you, but also just being creative. She's got so much going on.
And I love that your kids are able to see that. And when we were talking about the comics and that you have boys, I think I happen to be married to a man that is as awesome as he is because he had so many sisters and aunts and women in his life. And I think how lucky for your boys to have such a strong woman showing them all these different, like this is the role model that they have.
Oh, yes. They get to see so much, and especially with my husband. He is fantastic. He's a fantastic husband and an even more fantastic dad. I cannot tell you. He's a kid at heart, too, so the boys have a wonderful time playing with him. I can come down to the basement at any given time and just creep down there, and then they all three of them turn and look at me with toys in their hand. They're like, what? What do you look? We're playing. And I'm just like, I'm going back upstairs.
Carry on.
Yeah.
So you're raising 5 boys.
Candy.
And then 2 grandsons.
Yes.
You are just surrounded, but so much love.
Yes.
So much
For
love.
sure.
And
Can't
kid
get
energy.
enough.
And
Can't get enough.
Now, you did mention that both you and your husband are leaders in the community because you're not doing enough. You know,
your free time.
owning businesses and raising incredible children. What do you and your husband like to get involved in?
Just any. My husband gets involved in a lot. He actually just won an award from the NAACP, and you know, just being there for people. I've worked with the Dream Center before when they do their free haircuts and have the book bag giveaway. being involved in that way, being involved with some of the sororities, and doing different events with them. We also have a event that we do every year in December. It's called the Peoria Hair and Fashion Showcase, where we like to get together a lot of the salons and barbershops in the community and put on a big show. Because, we don't always get to have that creative space. We're all kind of stuck in our bubbles and working on our clients and making sure they look fabulous to go to this event and that event. Well, this is a time where we get to step outside the box, step outside the norm, and just kind of have fun with our creative imaginations and wild out.
Because sometimes you just want to play.
You just want to play. You want to play with colors. You want to play with looks. You want to play with everything. So this is the opportunity, and we're actually going into our 6th annual hair and fashion show this year.
Now, who puts that on?
A Sharp Effects.
So this is your event.
Yes.
That's okay. So she just left that little detail out.
That little detail out. Yes.
So you get all the salons in town involved.
Yes, that is the
Of course you
goal.
do.
That is the goal. Sometimes the shows can get a little long and tedious, so that is not what I want to do. I just want to hold them captive for as long as I can. So
Fair
we
enough.
just put on a nice little show. So I pretty much organize the show. My husband is the one that is behind the scenes. He's kind of like the executive producer of it and gets all the sponsorships and everything going. And then my oldest son, he is the director of the fashion show.
What?
So yes, he gets together. So we have our rehearsals every Sunday. We just had one, and just watching him take charge and own it. Because when he first told me he could do it, I was like, "What? You don't know anything about fashion or walking? What are you talking about?" He said, "Who is my mother?"
Case in point,
I got
Kerry.
this. He was like, "Trust me, I got it. I got you, Mom. I got your back."
It's a family
Let
affair.
it go. It's a family affair. Yeah. So, and just throughout the years, even with the first year, but we always involve the community, reach out to them, anyone who wants to be involved. We want to put the spotlight on the community. So they love it. The models come in and they love to walk, even if they're not, seasoned with it, or experienced, they still have that opportunity to come.
So when you say, so there's fashion, so
Yeah.
there's clothing, hair, all of it.
Yes. Yes.
How many models would be involved?
Usually.
I'm not volunteering. I'm just curious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. Well, you should, Jenette. Come one day.
Don't
But
tempt me.
usually, I'm telling you, you should. You would love it.
We have to go.
Yeah. People think that they're nervous, but then when they get out there, it's like the younger boys. They don't want to be involved in practice at all. They want nothing to do with it at all. But when the show day comes, they're like, okay, what am I wearing? What am I doing? How am I walking? What's going on? Because I'm getting on that stage.
What is the date?
The date is Sunday, December 14th for 2025, and it will be located at 3300 Event Center on Willow Knolls.
I am so intrigued.
Yes, me too.
We usually do it at the Pier Marquette downtown, but we decided to switch venues this year, so I'm so excited about doing it somewhere different, and it's going to be so nice.
So have you ever heard the phrase, you have to blossom where you're planted?
I can't say that I have, but I totally get
So
it.
when I moved to Champaign-Urbana, let me tell you a little story. No, I'm from the East Coast also, Jersey girl. And then I came here for college, and then I left, and I was living in California. And then I also came back to Champaign because I married the love of my life, and he's here in Champaign. And it took me a minute to find my groove and to figure out, what I wanted to do with, when I grew up and in the community. But someone told me the phrase, you have to blossom where you're planted. And that one stuck.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, maybe I wasn't, born here, but I'm gonna bloom and shine and figure it out. But that is exactly what I'm hearing. Like, you have been planted in Peoria for a reason. And look at you blossoming. Look at you shining and making the world a better place.
I'm trying. One day, one strand at a time.
One strand at a time. Did you hear that? Okay, so AJ, Adventure Jones, Miss Destiny, like Paris Fashion Week, and what is the name of the event in December?
The event in December is called the Runway of Oz.
Say that one more time.
The Runway of Oz.
Oz.
Yes. And it's going to be done A-sharp style. You do not want to miss it. I'm telling you, don't miss it.
We won't. This is a road trip.
I'm just processing all these things that you have like explored in yourself. Like you're this self-empowered woman who just keeps showing up in different ways and like honoring your mother, honoring your story. It's just you're a force. You're a force.
I really think in all the ways, not just in the story you told that night, but in all the ways by living this big life, it's always to honor not just your mom, but everybody, your grandma who made that possible for her to go. It's really a way to honor everybody, all these big things that you get to do.
Yes. Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Unfortunately, we are almost out of time, but if you could leave one thought with our audience today, what would it be?
Live life, live out loud, unapologetically.
There it is. Because that's clearly what you do, and it is to be admired. Yeah. Adrienne, thank you for spending time with us today.
Thank you so much for having
just being
me.
part of the whole She Said journey. I'm just in awe. I'm in awe of all that you are and everything that has unfolded on your journey.
Thank you for listening to the She Said Project podcast. All materials contained in the podcast are the exclusive property of the She Said Project and That's What She Said LLC. For more information on our live shows, go to shesaidproject.com.